Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Let's Taste with the Intrepid Wino. My name is James Scaresbrook, her name is Millie, and we are revisiting a wino that I've looked at before. It's a wino that I was lucky enough to visit not too long ago, where I actually picked up these samples. As always, thank you very much for generously donating some samples. It is a winery based in the Yarra Valley called Mandala, and it was great to learn a little bit more about them. Charles gave me tour of the Dixon's Creek or Yarra Glen. I'm not sure, it's sort of between the two, vineyard, and there was also another vineyard they work with. But it was great to find out more about what they're doing, and also more about their kind of the philosophies. And I'm looking forward to having a look at two red wines from their range. So starting off with the Mandala Shiraz 2016, recommended retail $30. We're of course in the throes of winter, much colder weather, so red wine is very much in order. So nice and dark, nice sort of impenetrable concentration here. Yeah, sort of blackish purpley red. Very typically varietal in nature. I dare say that this is a reflection of a warmer part of the Yarra Valley. So sort of down on the Yarra Valley floor, it doesn't have the same kind of lifted floral or peppery notes you get from slightly cooler sites. This is a little bit juicier, darker fruited, certainly more plummy in nature. And it's very much a classic kind of Australian varietal note for Shiraz. So let's taste. Contained, balanced, reasonable alcohol management here. It's not really looking very hot. It does have those juicy, darker kind of plum fruits, slightly redder on the palate than on the nose. It has good freshness. It doesn't look particularly oaky at all. There's just a little bit of sweet kind of oak-derived tannin there. Very, very minimal. Well made. Very solid for $30. There is a lot of Shiraz made in Australia, of course. It is a very fiercely competitive segment of the market. I don't think there's anything really out of place with this wine. It is very, very solid for $30. I guess for me, it's probably more a reflection of a warmer, it's a warmer expression of the Yarra Valley than I'm used to. A little bit juicier, but it is very good for what it is. I need to know more about them. Vintage. The second one we're going to look at is the Mandala Cabernet Sauvignon 2015. I'm sure I've said it before, and I'll probably say it again. I really do think that the Yarra Valley is easily the most underappreciated region for Cabernet and Cabernet blends in Australia. It's amazing when you think about some of the most sought after Cabernet and Cabernet blends in Australia. They actually come from the Yarra Valley, yet it's not a region that's talked about as much with Cabernet, I guess possibly because the Pinots and Chardonnays are very good from the Yarra Valley as well. It's sort of like the forgotten style or variety from the region. Quite pretty, a lot prettier for a Cabernet than I expected. If I didn't mention, this is also $30, recommended retail. It kind of, what I like about it is that it sits in that really nice point between, I kind of think of Cabernet sometimes as it being sort of the three extremes of a triangle between fruit, a kind of a minty menthol eucalypt character, and a dusty sort of vegetal character. There's kind of those three extremes, and this is sitting right smack in the middle. It's really good. It's really pretty. There's even some floral characters, which is for me, it's a little bit unusual for Cabernet, particularly Australian Cabernet. It does have a slight sort of talky note, yeah. Almost kind of a lavender note, which is again, it's really pretty. I'm not used to seeing pretty notes in a Cabernet. You're much more likely to see brooding notes. No, this is it looks lovely. I mean, you know, it has the very classic fruit descriptors, you know, classic cassis, that kind of thing. But there's a prettiness to it, which I'm really excited about. Let's taste. I have to say that is quite possibly one of, if not the best Cabernets I've tasted at that kind of price point in a long time, if ever. That is a really lovely wine. It's got freshness, which again is not something that I expect to see in Cabernet, certainly not from Australia. It has enough of all those classic varietal elements without kind of being overblown. It's not heavy, it's not broad, it's not juby, it's not lean, it's not aggressive. The tannins are firm but gentle. It's not kind of round. It's got nice focus and drive. It's got good depth. I'm really surprised at that. For $30, that is an absolute stonker of a wine. I give that one my absolute seal of approval. It's possibly one of the best wines I've tasted this year. Very excited with that one. So my recommendation would be to buy as much of that as possible, because I think that really it could actually age quite well. I would give that, you know, 10 years or so. It's going to look you know, even better. But look, Mandala, thank you very much for very generously donating some samples. I always appreciate the opportunity. And congrats with that Cabernet. That is an absolute cracker. The Shiraz is very solid. It possibly needs a little bit more time. It's possibly a little bit young, but I always appreciate the opportunity to look at samples. So please, if you are interested in having your wines profiled here on Let's Taste with the Intrepid Wino, do get in contact with me. You can do that via my website, intrepidwino.com. You'll also find a lot of different content there, a lot of different writings, some tasting notes, and also my podcast, the Vincast, where I'm in the process of putting up episode 138. Please do follow me on social media as well, at Intrepid Wino on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And if you're watching the video here on YouTube, please hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Share on social media, and be sure to subscribe to the Intrepid Wino YouTube channel. Lots and lots of videos already there, and lots more to come. But guys, until next time, cheers.